Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, exploring the profiles, our costume in this life, what others perceive us as, the way we get to our purpose, and something which is actually a byproduct. So, nothing to do about it. It just naturally comes as you live your most authentic self, following your strategy and authority. We're going to look at the most fixed profile. It's very different from all the rest. For the first time, we have as subconscious, unconscious, lower trigram, and we have conscious upper trigram. So the fourth line is the foundation of the upper trigram. It is the foundation of what becomes a transpersonal experience. The ability to be able to interact with others and to be friends with others. It's the foundation of the second floor. So this is transpersonal and personal. So the first line is the foundation of the first floor, and the fourth line is the foundation of the second floor. This is harmonic profile, and we saw it in the other version, where in the 1-4 profile, where we had the introspection and investigation as the conscious side, and the friendship and externalization in the blood, in the subconscious, in the body. So now we have it the other way around, but we have here fixed faith, because the profiles, the right angle profiles, they have personal destiny, and it's about how you take the world, and it's about adaptation. It's about it starts with introspection and continues with projection outwards. The hermit, then it goes to the trial and error process of adaptation, and we get to the fourth line, which is externalization. It is externalizing the foundation, and here we have a very strong foundation, because the first line is introspective, so they will be doing their research and they'll have a strong foundation which they want to externalize. Here we have direct result of recognizing that that fulfillment lies through the other. So the upper trigram, like the upper octave in music, harmonizes with its counterparts below. And the fourth line, being the foundation of the upper trigram, is in harmony with the first line, the introspection, the foundation of the lower trigram. So the fourth line, as a result, is linked with the first line at the unconscious level, and it's inherently unstable and extremely rigid. Those people really have fixed faith. It's like they're like the train on the tracks. If there is something to happen, it will happen, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's fixed fate, and it is so fixed because the 4-1 profile, it's neither this nor that. It's neither truly lower trigram, in the sense that it's only self-involved, and it is not truly transpersonal. Its quality is to be deeply fixed. The 4-1 is not statistically abundant as a segment of the population, like all the harmonic profiles. It is a very smaller chunk, like 4 or 5%. And most people are not here to be as fixed as the 4-1. We have here personal destiny, And in the right angle, we have the fifth and the sixth lines, transpersonal karma, and interaction and fulfillment through the other, basically. Then the fourth one is a profile that has a fixed fate. It's not personal nor transpersonal. Basically, its work in this life is to transmit the true essence of the hexagram through its ability, through its fourth line personality of being able to interact with others. And in a way, it can look in the lower, like we can look at the lower trigram as the research and development department, and the upper trigram as human resources and marketing. And the fourth one, profile, that brings fixed bases upon which human resources and marketing can be developed and researched. But in the first line below, we have which is the research and the natural investigator, which will look for the proper foundation and will really put its hands in the soil to feel the soil. So it's on the unconscious level, this profile is acutely aware of strength and weakness, because the first line, it always starts from introspection, it always starts from not having a stable foundation, a stable base. You start from not knowing things, and slowly you start to gather experience, and then you move to strength, knowing more and more. So the foundation of their security of the 4-1 profile and purpose is that they can smell it. They can smell weakness, and as an opportunist, they can take full advantage of it. So at the heart of the 4-1 profile, consciousness is the recognition of the inherent corruptibility of all things, but in practice, they learn to fight their own way through, no matter what it takes. They learn quite a few tricks along the way. It is the power of their fixed faith, ready to bend, but never giving up. With this profile, the world is explored and discovered, because the investigator underneath is the researcher. It's looking to find a stable base, a stable foundation of the house on which to build the rest. But on the outside, on the conscious level, it's about externalizing this investigation. So those can be very useful friends, let's put it this way, who have done their homework, who have done their investigation, and have they can really teach you something. Those can be really great teachers. They're authoritarian underneath, wanting to take the stand, but they're abdicator on the surface, so they will not do it, and they will be between those two things. On one hand, they can be very empathic, and on the other hand, they're fatigued from their network and from having to maintain all these friendship connections and being the good friend, social interaction, social butterfly. So they will need their aloneness to get their creativity going. They're looking for the confidant or not. So friendship is super important here in intimate relationships. Before you can have intimacy, before you, it will depend on the type, whether you're going to be the pursuer or pursued, as you see the sexuality. But before there can be any intimacy, friendship needs to be there. You need to have shared your intimate secrets before that and feel ready to open up. So the fourth line, waiting for its opportunity, always there, being a benefactor to its friends or a dependent on the network. So first find another job before you leave your job. First find another apartment before you want to move from yours. First find another lava before you change your lava and find new friends before you leave the old friends. It's about the opportunities you get from your network. First, create one before moving to a new city, moving to a new place. It is so important for you. And take your time alone because you do get fatigued. So we have underneath in the unconscious self-provider or coveter. They will covet and they will take more than they need until they become a self-provider. This is connected to the weakness and strength. The beginning of life, you're not be able to provide for yourself, so you're coveting, trying to gain more and more to get a stable foundation, which you can afterwards become a self-provider. But underneath, you know, you have to have your own stuff, your own shit together, your own stuff. Well, so we have the authoritarian underneath. It's always under pressure to conform to the other, but they cannot. It is the role of the aloneness, holding fast to one's way despite the conditioning forces. The most powerful conditioning forces is invariably one's lover. The bonding strategy of the 4-1 provides it to be the confidant or not. It is the keynote of friendship as the prerequisite for intimacy. But their fixedness, the 4-1 may preclude successful bonding. And the personality is ready to accept perhaps someone or something is right, and they must do something about it, only to discover the single pointed direction of their lives that they cannot and will not bend. This is an archetype of purposeful friendliness. There is a deep unconscious empathy for the other, but fatigue is also there in actual relationships, as I mentioned. And they will, on the subconscious level, want to take you by the hair and in their cave. But before that, the prerequisite is that you're friends. And this also means being mean when somebody's not your friend anymore, or being super nice when they're your friends and opportunity arises. So the 4-1 is really fixed. They can be really the leather and or more the bridge between the left and the right angle. They, thanks to their friendliness, they can connect to both sides. Looking for that stable foundation, they can bend to the majority, abdicate to the majority, but ultimately, when left alone, they'll come back to their own ways. So in a way, they're really fixed and they will not change. They'll always be what they are. And if you push them too much, they can break. They rather stay alone, and aloof, or away from people who might challenge their foundation, until they're able to find a foundation with which they can seduce you to take over, or more. The seduce is really a fifth line word. So let's use here externalize their truth and influence you with it. That's the right keyword, influence. So, dear 4-1s, you are here with your fixed fate to be the stable juxtaposition which balances it all, giving us and the lower trigram base foundation and the upper trigram base foundation, so that the whole house can be stable in its foundation, so that the whole hexagram fulfills its purpose. If you'd like to know more about the other profiles, like and subscribe, share. If you find it useful, do you find it useful? You can comment as well, so I know. Let me know, and I'll make more videos. My website, humandesignjourney.com, Facebook and Instagram with the same name. And I have also TikTok, can you imagine? Well, you can follow me if you want, recommend me, and I'll be back with more. Bye for now.